And we have got a very special guest with us today. He's someone who found a career with the New York Mets, and that career has extra special meaning. His name is Rob Schardt. He works in media relations for the team. Rob, thank you for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris. Happy to be here.
Anytime, especially this year. Look, I know the Mets had a special place in your dad's heart. He was a firefighter. He lost his life on 9/11, and you were only 3 years old at the time. It was actually your first day of preschool. Is that right?
That is correct, yeah. It was my first day of preschool that morning.
What are your memories of that day? I mean, you were so young.
Definitely. So my memories are very, very vivid. You know, my mom woke me up that morning, 12 o'clock. We had to go to preschool. My dad made the call as soon as the North Towers hit to the house and was saying, like, listen, call me when, to my mom, call me when, you know, Rob gets out of preschool. I want to hear how his day is. And next thing you know, he was, you know, my mom heard the run, getting called in, and she hung up with him on the phone. And he's like, you know, love you. Let me know how Rob's first day of school went. And, you know, my mom sent me to school no matter what the circumstance was that morning.
Wow. And is this also true? Your mom found out, was it the very next day that she was pregnant with your younger brother?
Yes, she did. And she ended up naming him after my father, John Jr.
Wow. What does it feel like 20 years later to be talking about this, to be, you know, on the eve of the anniversary one more time? We talk about the phrase never forget. Do you think we've done a good job as a country, as a city, adhering to that?
Absolutely. And for me personally, it's when summer starts ending and you feel the August and September breeze coming in, I feel that the city does a great job. The country does a great job at you know, bringing everything to life again, and, you know, being to so many memorials over the years, and, you know, going to Ground Zero and making sure that nobody forgets, and people reaching out to me. It really means so much. And you know, for me personally, I can't thank everybody enough. I can't thank those who participate, and to never forget the firefighters, the first responders, and those who lost their lives that day and continue to suffer the consequences.
Yeah. I wanted to also ask you about this. Last week, there was a bit of news that came out. The White House is directing the Department of Justice to review documents from the FBI's 9/11 files for possible declassification. Now, I know many families have been pushing for this to happen for quite some time. Are you happy with this news? What's your reaction to that?
Absolutely, and especially being 3 years old at the time, I wasn't sure what was going on, and, you know, growing up, I never did until I got older and, you know, suffered the consequences for it. But for me personally, I'm very happy that they're doing so, and, you know, to look forward to reading them and looking more in depth into everything. And, you know, I'm very excited and happy that they're doing so.
Just briefly before we go, are you going to be down there on Saturday, and do you have any idea how to describe what you think is going to be going through your head?
I will be down there that morning. My mother will be reading my father's name, and it's going to be a rush of emotions, especially being the 20th year. I can't believe it's been 2 decades, and I miss my father so much every day, and I can't thank him enough for what he did and to make sure others walked out that day.
Well, we're going to be thinking of you, your family, everyone who lost loved ones on that day this Saturday morning. Rob Schardt, we really appreciate your time and being with us tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris.
Of course.